Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daelan Cheh with the Killeen Daily Herald. Today I have the Shoemaker softball senior 2024 All-District 12-6A first team and MVP, Nicole Clemente. How you doing today?
All good. How about you today?
Doing good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a Shoemaker High School student, athlete. I came to Shoemaker around when I was sophomore year. I was homeschooled freshman year, and then I came to Shoemaker, and that's where I got acquaintance with the softball team.
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell us a little bit about your life before you had joined softball?
Yes, sir. I am from Puerto Rico, Manatees. It was a decision that was made for betterness. So at that time, we moved when I was around 8 to Texas. And once we moved to Texas, that's where I got more involved with the culture here, the language and all that, and I had to learn. My mom had to teach me a lot in that concept, and I thank her every day for that. And over the course of the years, I got more involved in school and more involved in athletics. That's where I got introduced around the age of 8 to 9, introduced to softball.
Yes, ma'am. And what grew you to enjoy softball?
Well, I'll say the people, definitely the people, and the way that I teach myself to play the sport. The way that once I have the feeling of the ball in my hands, I'm like, whoa, this is different. This is not like the other sports. I've played multiple sports before, but nothing beats softball, and I was like, this is for me. This is different. I like it. I like it.
Yes, ma'am. And I see in the bloodline it doesn't go too far. You're related to Roberto Clemente, who was an MVP over at the Pittsburgh Pirates and one of the greats of his time. What's that like, knowing that you're able to carry that bloodline on, carry that legacy?
Yes, sir. It's an honor, and it's a really good honor. I have had that on my shoulders, I feel like, since day one I was born. And I am very dedicated, very emotional about that, because I feel like in PR, all you see is people speaking Clemente, Clemente, Clemente. He did this, he did that. He was the best baseball player in history, technically, for us. And I feel like me carrying that legacy is like, whoa, it's like, he was big. We thank him for everything he did, and now it's our time to tell people that he's still out there. He's still in my blood. He's still in my dad's blood, in my uncle's blood, as they are now playing still baseball to this day.
Yes, ma'am. And with that, how do you approach the game mentally?
Mentally, every time I step into that field, I'm like, okay, I'm here to play, here to give it all my all. If I have to throw myself into the ground, I will. If I have got a bruise, keep walking. It's not gonna hurt. And once I get into that game feeling, my mind is just in the game. I'm in the game. I lose myself into the game. I don't feel anything else. I just in the game.
Yes, ma'am. And you're a big utility player. You play shortstop, left field, right field. You're everywhere.
Yes,
and on
sir.
top of that, you have a great AB to go with it. What makes, you know what, I'm going to re-ask that question. Playing all those positions, how does that make you a real big important piece to the Shoemaker equation? Because you just don't get the 2024 All-District first team. You just don't get MVP out of nowhere. You work towards that. So you playing all those positions. How did that help out Shoemaker?
It helped out big time, because I know my coach, Coach Maddox, he had a lot of competition during the year of 2024. And once I got there, I played anywhere he asked me to. He was like, play first, play second, play left, play center, anywhere he asked me to, because I put myself out there. I'm not scared to play. I'm here to play. So if you put me in any position, I'll play that position with as much heart as I can and determination. And I feel like that's what really impressed the coach and the team, and that's what was a really big aspect for it.
Yes, ma'am. And with you having such heart for it, do you have a motto that you use to keep going every day? You have a motto for the game before you wake up in the morning and get your day going? You have a motto?
Well, I'll say recently I've been thinking about one that is 80% is what life happens to you, but 20% is what life happens to you, but 80% is how you react to it. So you put yourself out there.
Yes, ma'am. And throughout your season, I know you experienced the highs and the lows, the physical and mental drain that comes along with being an athlete. Can you tell me a little bit about some of those experiences?
I'll say there was a time where I was like, I want to give up. I want to get out of the sport. Maybe it's just not for me. But then I later learned that I'll just do it one more time. And that's where I got into high school. And I was like, whoa, this is different. I like it. It's a fun environment. It's more challenging. You're challenging yourself more than you're used to. And that's what really inspired me. That's what really got me up more on my feet. And that's where I'm like, okay, this is me. This is Nicole Clemente. I'm back to who I was.
Yes, Sam. And during that whole process, I know you had a great support system around your parents being here today, your family always making sure that you're there. Did that help you out as well through those highs and the lows?
Yes, sir, a lot. I am very thankful for my mother. She's been doing this with me since day one. She's been wrecking her brain, even losing herself. And I'm like very thankful for that, because without your parents' support system, some kids don't have that. And to this day, I'm like, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, everybody in my family, for helping me get this far mentally and physically. Thank you.
Yes, Sam. And you've had many standout games. And just like you mentioned earlier, you went 4 for 4 for home runs. And I know there's many more to go with it. But out of all those games, which one stood out to you the most?
I feel like all games really stood out to me, because it's the feeling of when you lose or you win, but it's more of the feeling when you're there. But it's good. Once you win the game, it's that feeling of joyness, of the jumping around, of the you did this, let's go, of that feeling. So to me, every game is a standout.
Yes, Sam, and you just said it, how the people are around you, but what's going through your mind when you're walking up to the plate or you're going out to the field and you know, all right, it's time to get my game mind on, it's time to get out there, and you're hearing everybody cheering, whether you're at home and they're just yelling your name or you're away and everybody's throwing out boos and all the chants trying to throw you off your game. What's going through your mind to keep doing these perfect games that you've been doing as of right now?
Well, I'll say, because beforehand, I had some issues going up to the bat, and I was like, ooh. But then I later understand that once you're in that bat, it's just you and yourself. You're going against yourself all the time. It's a mental game all the time. So once you stand in that little box where you call home, you're looking at the pitcher, you're challenging them, and what you're gonna have in your brain is, okay, I'm here for one thing, and that one thing is getting my team up there. So with the determined mind, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna hit. That's really pretty much it, what I'll be thinking about. We're getting up there.
Yes, I am. And also, we all know being in the box, you know, it's hit or miss. Some days you have 3 for 4, 4 for 4, and some days you're just 0 for 5. Or maybe you're outfield and you just know you can catch the ball, but the sun decides to be real bright, and now you got those errors. And you know, sometimes you be like, I'm better than this. I'm way better than this. So you just got to come back from it. And you said it yourself, it's a mental game. When you have those certain errors, how do you come back from it?
Well, once you get off that field and you're inside that dugout, you take a deep breath, walk around, drink a little bit of water or Gatorade, and be like, okay, 1 error, 2 errors, or 3. This is my time to come back. This is my time to be like, hey, I can't do this. I know I'm better than this. So next round, we're doing better. We're gonna be there. And that's how you see me every time. If I make an error, you'll see me the next play, and you'll see me doing way much better than I did. You'll see me grow in that aspect.
Yes, see, you described yourself being a great team player, and just hearing you talk, you definitely have a leadership presence to you. And I know your coach looks at you as a leader as well, especially with the younger ones coming in, and you give them that advice. How do you give them that advice to be better than what they are, or that you know they can be, and just get them through those games and get them through those highs and lows that you've had in the past or still go through? How does your leadership approach in the dugout?
Well, there was a time where we were losing the game bad. It was, I'll say, 0-7, and the girls were down and all that. But once I was in that dugout, I was like, hey, I don't want you to regret this. I don't want you to give up on this, because we have worked hard for this moment. We have worked dedication, sweat, tears, anger, happiness, and all this. We have worked hard. So if we don't get at least 1 or 2 points, are you really gonna lose this? Are you really gonna lose all the dedication you have made into this team, into this game, lose by giving up so easily? And that's where the girls start opening up. And that's where I'm like, yeah, y'all can do it. We can do it. That's what we're here for. That's why you don't give up. That's what we're here for.
Sounds like the team culture has a real gritty attitude to it. You know, win or lose, y'all gonna fight, and fight.
Yes, sir.
You know, Shoemaker sometimes isn't looked at to be the winner of every single thing, but that doesn't matter, y'all. Y'all want to keep on going and keep fighting and just keep being gritty. Would you say that's the team culture?
Yes, sir. I feel like it's a good thing to have, because not only as a coach, but also as the teams, that's where they get their mindset. That's where they progress in their mindset. That's where, if you're in your lows, because Shoemaker was in a low, especially the softball team. But over the years, they have progressed big time. And I feel like that kind of mindset helped evolved to this day.
Yes, Sam. And do you have any preparations for the season coming up?
Yes, been working really hard. I got a lot of camps coming up. I've been conditioning and exercising more than I have, and getting academically ready, studying more, and just getting ready for the season. I'm really excited for this season as a senior year, so I'm really excited for the season to start.
Yes, Sam, because we all know it's going to be your first last game.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's a bittersweet moment.
Yes, sir.
You know, for 4 years you've been just having the best time of your life, and then it's time. The sun's going to set. You know, the
Yes,
sun's
sir.
going to set.
Yeah.
But I know you're going to enjoy this season. You're going to continue to be great. So, the one thing that sticks out to every athlete though is scouting. What happens after high school? Mm-hmm. And I saw and see that you're still uncommitted. But is there any colleges that you're looking at right now?
Yes, I have. Actually, I have a lot of options at the moment, and I have gotten offers as well. So it's more about what's really in it for me and what's really beneficial for me. So that's why I look out for them, for the different kind of colleges that are for me. So at the moment, I'll say East Texas A&M as well as Delta University. Yes, sir.
Just, can you provide a little bit why you're looking at those colleges?
Well, those colleges have my engineering, and that's what I've seen those girls played, and I've seen the way that they played, and I can tell that they really put the effort and work in, and they actually are there to play. So that's what really drives me to them. That's what really, for that college, I'm like, okay, this might be for me, but we're still working on it to this day. Yes, sir.
Yes, and through this whole process, who's been some of your biggest role models?
My mom. My mom. Biggest role model I can't even ask for. Yes, I have my second role model, which is Nicole Clemente, of course, as an athlete. But my mom, she's always going to be the biggest role model in my life, and I couldn't ask for anything better or less. Thank you, Mom.
Yes, and while we're on that, I know that there's parents, even though there's always an athlete going through the journey, you can't forget about the parent in that situation. Because for every game, the parent's going to be there. For every practice, parents is taking you up there. For the camps that you have to do outside of Texas, the parents taking you when you have to wake up and you know you don't want to wake up, your parents in your room like, you know what you got to do.
Yes, sir, yeah.
So I know that's been really great for you. And could you describe do you have a story in mind about your mom that you just knew like, yeah, she really wants me. She's pushing me to make it because she know I can make it, so I got to do this.
I think once, yeah, I got one. Once we started the whole process, and I have field level, right? Field level, and we were checking out field level, NCSA, and all that stuff. All of the college needed recruitments. We checked one day, and there was a message. In that message, it said, "Hey Nicole, we're this school, and we're offering you." And then I was like, "Mom, my first offer. I'm getting an offer, Mom." And then she looked at me and she was like, "Are you for real?" And then yeah, I showed her. And then once I showed her, she's like, "Nicole, you got an offer." And then we started screwing around in the car, and then I was in tears, and then she was almost in tears too. And then she was so happy, and her smile was anything you could ask for. Like, me seeing my mother that happy made me think, I know I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right. So yeah.
Yes, I want to give you a quick, well, it's a little trick question. If you was, excuse me,
You're good.
if you're able to take on Roberto Clemente at your age right now in a one-on-one to see who's the best baseball player right now, you see yourself matching up? You think it's going to be a fair game?
Well, he had the advantage to go to the big leagues at that time. But at the same time, it's like, if I would look at him right now and here, I would like, you're my biggest inspiration. And I don't know, one day I'll be closer to you than you might think. I know as of right now, I need a lot to progress. But for my generation and right now as feel like the youngest Clemente in my family, I know I've done and accomplished lots of more than has not been talked about. But if it's me and him, he will still be the legacy to this day. I'm just getting on the way as him.
Yes, so we've been talking a lot about your journey, but is there anything that you want people watching right now to know about you that nobody probably knows?
I'll say that I think I've said it before, but before all this, before the crazy going out for practice, blah blah blah, I was really interested in art. I always draw all the time, and I liked drawing to the point where my mom would buy me like boxes of colored pencils and all that stuff, and I will give my time to drawing until one day this happened.
So you had an eye For lines?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's why you can hit home runs. You always have vision.
Vision, yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now I see. So, I know when you were reaching out to me, you reached out to KDH, you said that you want to give young girls that spotlight to know that they can do whatever their goal is. So is there any advice that you want to give to them right now?
I'll say, once you're out there and you want to make a decision, make the decision. Don't regret it. Once you regret it, it's gonna be late. Go for it. Don't listen to what anybody has to say about it. It's your brain, your heart, and your passion for it. If you're really passionate about it, go for it. That's what you're gonna do, and you'll see that later on. You will prevail. You will see the winning of the end.
Yes, Sam. And with this being your senior year in high school, and you're going to be going on to that next chapter, how do you want people to remember Nicole Clemente as a high school student, and how do you want people to look at you going into your next career outside of high school?
I want people to see me in Shoemaker High School as a token of, I'll say hope, token of hope as well as admiration. For those, for those as young athletes, they'll see me and be like, hey, I can be like her one day. I can make it. I can do this. That's the type of player I want to be known as once I leave Shoemaker. And once I go to college, I want to be known as the kind of person that showed that Puerto Rico, we're there, we're everywhere, and we're good, we're growing. And just to let us know that puertorriqueños, todos los puertorriqueños son fuertes, strong, more than you know it.
Yes, Sam. And every time you look in that mirror, who's the young woman that you see in that reflection?
I feel like that's a real question. When I looked at myself every day, I see myself changing every day. Like not too long ago, I looked at myself like, whoa, I'm maturing, I'm growing up so fast. Like when they say when you're gonna miss being a kid, you're right. You're gonna miss being a kid. Like all the stuff that you did in the past is not gonna be as much as important as what you're doing right now. And I feel like that the kind of woman I am is that I grew, I learned, and I progressed in not just maturity, but an aspect of life and about life.
Yes, Sam. Perfect. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about Miss Nicole Clemente's career as a softball player, a high school player, and most importantly, her as a person. Be on the lookout for the article coming out later on today. And Miss Nicole, I want to thank you for your time. And to Nicole's family, thank you for bringing her here. And we know the sacrifice that you put in as parents. So to all the parents watching, we're looking at you and we see the sacrifice that you put in as well. Thank you.
Thank you.